I think I can hear now. I may need to hang up in a second in case there's feedback. I'm going to hang up now. Right, I just didn't want there to be feedback on the line.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me okay then?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, no, that's coming through fine. I can't see you at the moment.
This doesn't have a camera on it, I don't think.
Right, okay, no worries.
Well, as I say, if we have more sessions in future, I'll get it all set up properly.
Yeah, what that'll do is just help me tell when you're looking confused and things.
Okay.
I'm just trying. Yeah, there's a link there I've sent in the chat. I don't know if you've got the chat menu open, but it's
I do.
on the left. Chrome extension, I think, is the one that I was talking about. I think that's the link to it.
Right. Okay.
So that may be particularly helpful there. Right. So maybe while that's going down, why don't you tell me what you're doing at the moment in your maths?
Okay. That link doesn't seem to work, by the way. But
Okay.
I'll fiddle with it while I'm talking to you. But right at the moment, we finished Core 3. We've almost finished Core 4 and Mechanics. And so the units I'm doing this year are Core 3, Core 4, Mechanics 1, and Decision 1.
Okay, and do you want to research up?
Yeah. So last year I got A on Core 1, A on Core 2, D on Decision. So resetting Decision.
Right. Okay. And what topics are you working on in? I think. Did you say Core 4? You nearly finished, but not quite.
Yes. Well, I think we have finished Core 4. I missed one or two, I had to miss a couple of lessons, so I think I'm just catching up. But the way I tend to do it is what I'll do is I'll sort of learn it in class, but then obviously if you just learn it from in class, it'll be a bit touch and go. So then I want to spend some time just getting a stack of papers and going through that. So, I mean, I'm more because I can do Core 3, I think, quite well at the moment, and I think with some practice on my own I could do Core 4. So I'm more interested in looking a bit at Decision, because what I found last year is when I did Decision, the actual subject matter is very simple, but I got a much lower grade than I thought I would in the exam, which I think was probably because of like the way the exam's set up, or the the marking criteria or something like that.
Okay. Right. So you'd like to work on the Decision. Do you feel like you understand the theory then at the moment for that, or do you need to go over
I haven't.
theory?
Well, at the moment, I also need to go over and relearn the Decision, because I taught myself it last year before the exam, but I haven't done any work on it since because we're not doing it in class because it's a reset. So I need to go over it, and then I need to do some exam questions on it, and so forth.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, I have something I think would be good for that. And this is where the remote desktop might be good. So
is the app called Chrome Remote Desktop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I found that.
Okay. So once you've got that all sorted, yeah, I'll send you the code now, and then you can put that in to access my computer, my screen and things.
Okay.
So send it across.
Right. Well, I think I've got the app now. I'm on a page where it's like, how do I use it when I have it installed?
Okay. when you have it installed, facing Chrome Remote Desktop,
So you just cut
remote
out there.
assistance.
You just cut out there for
Okay.
a second.
Once it's okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you fine now.
Yeah. So there should be a page saying Chrome Remote Desktop, Remote Assistance, Chrome Remote. Presumably, I've lost
Yeah,
um, the rest of it now. And then there should be a couple of buttons, and one of them should say Access.
yeah. All right, yeah. And then
Click that.
there's a prompt for an access code.
Yeah, and I've sent that through the chat window, but I can
Okay.
read it out if you want.
I'll just
Um,
no, I've got it. Right. There we go. Right.
okay. Um, right. So you should be able to see that now. I've not used this version. Presumably, yeah. Can you move the mouse now? Yeah, that's it. It wasn't
Is
me
that
anyway.
working?
Yeah, I think you can move the mouse. Can you see
My
page
mouse.
with decision?
I
Yeah.
can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
can see that.
So this I think would be good for revising D1 together because it will go over things and you can click through it at your own pace. All the rest of it, pick which bits you want. It's if you, I've got it on AQA for algorithms, but whichever one you want to do, if you click on AQA, it'll just give
Okay.
you the relevant bits for that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and we can through it from there. So I don't know which bits you want to start on particularly.
Well, I haven't gotten around to starting on it at all, so I'm not particular. Like, I need to go over all of it.
Okay.
So if you think
Um,
that, okay,
well, I guess starting from the top makes sense. Or I'm trying to think what else is good, but yeah, I can't think of a better idea unless there's something in
we could go
particular that
over.
you wanted
Well,
to.
we could go over maybe the root inspection problems or linear programming, because I remember those were sort of the bigger parts of it.
Okay, linear programming might be a better one to ease you back into it. So
Yeah.
if
Okay.
we go on AQA for that, these three are the relevant ones. So should we start from formulating problems?
Um, okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, right. I'll get that going then.
I keep forgetting that this is your screen. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite how it appears. It used to be sort of in a window with Hangouts, but I've not done
Yeah.
this the other way around.
It's on
Um,
Chrome. It's just a little window with your screen in it.
right. Okay. Fair enough. If I might just drag this to one side, and if that makes it a bit better for you, but
That's yeah.
maybe make it slightly bigger. So yes, ideas here that this lesson in inverted commas goes through is understanding terminology, so the language of it, and then actually forming problems with linear programming using the well, here's some language for you, the different variables, the constraints, the objective function, which you hopefully understood originally, but if you didn't, we'll soon go over those again.
Okay.
By the way, can you still see me in a window as well, or
Um,
am I
I
in
have
the
to click.
background?
I I have to click between because they're on different windows.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes when I do it, I set it up so I can see both. I'm just wondering whether I should use hand gestures to help, or whether I should avoid using hand gestures because you can't see them as well.
Okay.
Um, but if you can't see it at the same time, I will try and describe everything without using my hands.
I think I can.
um,
Okay. All right. Go on.
yeah, okay, that's how we're doing it. So yeah, if you want to just go to one, I don't know if you've used this program I asked before, but it it's the idea. Well, the way I think it works well is because it's in bite-sized bits, sort of. So you can kind of click through at your own progress
Yeah. We
as you
use
read
it
it.
for GCSE. I haven't used it for A level at all.
Yeah, okay. Well, you'd be familiar at least with the concepts of it from it. And it's surprisingly good actually for A level in terms of at least a review of things, if not
Yeah.
sort of picking them up first.
Okay.
Right. So this is the actual issue, as it were, the problem that we want to eventually solve.
Yeah. Hang on one
Um,
second. Yeah. It's not. Sorry. Say again. I just had
so
to.
on this first, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
On this first page, is the actual issue, the problem that we're trying to solve here. So, um, as you probably see, planning a trip for 174 pupils, 18 staff, and they're going to travel on minibuses and coaches. Each minibus costs £40 and can take 16 people, including at least 2 staff. Each coach costs £160, can take 48 people, including at least 3 staff. And so we want to know what the cheapest way of arranging that transport will be. Um, okay, so feel free to just read over that again if you need to, but just click through next as soon as you're comfortable and ready, I guess.
Uh,
Probably better that you use the next button at the bottom rather than the scroll
yeah.
bar. Scroll is good for going backwards, but if you want to keep it bite-sized bits, it's good to click on next.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, it's the kind of thing these are that you might want to use trial and error for previously, but be a bit more systematic about it. That's what linear programming is for,
Mhm.
as you may well remember.
Yeah. Because I remember you formulate it into X and Y's and Z's, and then you solve for that problem
Yeah,
typically. Yeah.
that's right. Okay. Um, so, and this page we're not going to get very far with it. It's just basically saying what the problem is and vaguely how we go about dealing with it. So, when you're ready, we'll go on to page 2, I think.
Yeah. That's
And
fine. Ready for that?
okay, so we've got the problem restated again. Nothing new there, so we'll just click next and see what comes up. Okay, so we want to set up some equations and inequalities,
All right. So
and we need what we call decision variables. Um, so these are the things we're actually going to have to decide on. So the number of minibuses and the number of coaches, that is.
yeah.
So we just call them X and Y, as generally do.
Right. So right. Mhm. Do you want to click next instead? Because like I don't know. Uh, I'm not sure because I think like this is all fairly sort of quite simple at the moment.
Well,
It's
that's fine. Yeah. You click through at your pace. Don't worry about me.
okay.
I'll keep up with you,
Okay.
um, presumably. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't you don't need to wait for me. I just want you to sort of go at your pace so that you feel that you're getting the most out of it without me rushing you.
Okay. So right. So yeah. So you need to get it to X and Y. So um, right. So I'll just write it down as I go. So
Yep, that's fine if you want to have a paper copy. I mean, what might be preferable if you did want to do that is if you um, were to get a Word document, that would mean that you could screen share that with me, and I could
yeah.
see what you're typing at the same time.
Okay. I'll just have to. I'll have to click back and forth, but I can get a Word document up.
Are you
Um,
on a laptop as well, then?
I'm on a computer. I'm on a PC
Oh, you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
or desktop, I should say. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, if you'd rather write it on paper, that's absolutely fine. It was just a suggestion. And in general, if you have it on a Word document, you can share it so I can see what's going on. Um, there's even kind of a feature within um, Hangouts where I think you probably see this now. It used to be at least Google Drive.
and
Don't know where it's gone. Probably just off screen where there is a word pressing thing that you're immediately sharing. Don't know where it's gone. Whether it's been replaced by something more recently. Draw on each other isn't really what I'm after. Um, but yeah, screen sharing a word processor helps as well. Okay, I'll go back to what we were doing. What's this? There you go.
right. Yeah. So with that, then you'd want. So you'd have a x value for the number of people, and an x and y value for the number of people, and then a x and y value for the number of staff. I think, or something like that. So,
Give what? My way for the number of staff. What do you mean by that?
well, uh, so the minibus is you have. I guess it would be 16x for people, so the minibus would equal like 16x people, and then the coach would equal 48x or 48y people, and then you have 68x plus 48y less than or equal to uh, yeah, because is
Oh,
that the
great.
total? Yeah, that's the total. So
Yeah.
then you'd have that for the number of people, and then you have staff, which is a separate thing, I guess, variable. So you then have an
Mm.
x and y value for the number of staff. So you'd have I guess it would be 2x plus 3y is less than or equal to 18. I think. Let's see if that's right.
So you're going to need a constraint, certainly. Um, less than or equal to 18? Why
Well,
less
I
than or
wouldn't
equal?
know why. I'm just assuming because it says there. I suppose, like, I don't know why it says less than, because don't you need to get all of them on the thing, on the transport. So I could see why it'd be equal to. I'm not sure why it's could be less than as well.
Mm. Um, yeah, that's the key bit to that.
All right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I suppose um, if they have to, they can leave some stuff behind.
Yeah.
The staff is sort of important for supervision, as it says. But I suppose if they could get away with taking less staff, then they'll leave them at school, I suppose.
Oh yeah, because it says it must be no more than 18, but it doesn't say must be 18. So the question
Yeah,
says that. Um,
yeah,
doesn't say, yeah, it doesn't say that about pupils. I don't know. Maybe it's
yeah. So go on.
right. I don't know. I was thinking maybe it could be because you can swap the students, the pupils and staff between the different transport, but I don't think that really makes sense.
Well, basically, we need the number of seats to be enough for everyone.
Yeah.
At least we've got spare seats up here, then that's fine. So it's as long as there's plenty of seats for everyone, we're not too worried that way. As long as we've got enough staff to supervise the different vehicles, then we're okay.
Right.
Um, yeah, and the number of pupils is covered, I think, by this one perhaps.
Okay, so that's fine. I think I understand that.
Do you
Right.
remember the non-negativity
Yeah.
things?
Yeah. Okay. So that's like one of the little tricky rules you have to remember.
Well, yeah, I mean it's sort of common sense to be honest. We can't have a negative number of minibuses or coaches. That
Oh yeah.
doesn't make
Point.
any
Yeah.
real sense.
Uh,
So that just means that if we were drawing a graph or something, we'd be limited to
to
the
the positive.
positive x and y quadrants. Yeah.
Okay. So it says that you always need to tack that on at the end. If you were doing a question on this, say on a decision paper, would you be
Yeah.
required to put that little rule in? Right. So they'd want you to
I
minimize
would think you get a mark for just that altogether, perhaps.
right
That would be, I think, fairly
all those
typical.
constraints. Okay.
For the non-negativity ones, yeah.
Okay. So cost needs to be minimized. Is that always
Mhm.
I found quite confusing that when you get into that in relation to the graphs and the graphical solutions of minimizing and
Mm.
maximizing and the difference and all everything you get from that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that is a fairly complicated bit. That's to come down the line.
yeah.
That they go into that. Here we're just sort of going to formulate it to begin with.
Okay. So right. Yeah. So that makes sense. So 40. Yeah. Right. So just writing that down.
Mhm.
Just writing that down.
That's fine. While I remember, as it's our first lesson, if you have any questions at any stage, even if I'm in the middle of sort of some long explanation or a lecture or whatever, do please feel free to
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah. Of
I'd
course.
rather you interrupted and understood than kind of went on and didn't quite know what I was talking about or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Or
I've
just,
thought I've learned that it's quite important if you're not following at all that you do need to interject. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't just have someone talk at you if you're not following them at all.
yeah, exactly. And the other thing is that if we're doing a question or something, I mean, it's a bit different on screen sometimes, but I mean, with MyMaths, you can often just put your answer in and mark it. But if it's one where it's asking you to come up with an answer and then it'll go through it all, let me know once you've got an answer you're happy with, or if you feel like you're not going to get an answer that's right, either way, and then I can help you out. I don't like to sort of interrupt a train of thought while you're in the middle of things. So, yeah, just let me know either way whether you've got something or not.
Okay. So you mean when I'm doing like a longer question and I get through it, let you know when I've got the answer either way?
Something, yeah, or if you feel like you're not going to get a correct answer or something, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
either way, that way. Even if you just sort of type it in the box, I'll let you check it or whatever you're going to do before I start saying, oh yes, that's right, or oh no, that's not right, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Fair enough.
Um, yeah, so let me know once you're happy with the question.
Okay. So that yeah. So the cost is equal to the value for x plus y times the yeah. So the coefficient is the cost, and that makes sense.
Very, yeah.
Um, right. So yeah. So that I follow that.
Good.
I thought yeah.
So
These
this doesn't
these websites
summary.
aren't right. So formulate the problem. Yeah. So that's just the sort of step by step.
Mhm.
Hmm. Right. Right, so we need to minimize for C, and then we have those two equations, 16x plus 48y, so and so, and right.
I think that we actually come back to that. Do we? No. Oh yeah, no, it's in the next lesson, as they call it on here.
Yeah.
I think we
So
come back to that
I
one.
think this just wants
Um,
me to put in the constraints and the function for this one.
exactly.
Right. So So four out of the label. So if we get the single is X, double is Y, king size is Z. So
Mm-hmm.
um, so that would mean 4x plus 4x plus 5y.
There's some interesting symbols coming out there.
Yeah.
Is that is that what you
Uh,
actually typed?
no, I type V and okay, I don't know why it's doing that.
All right, it's probably just because you're doing it through the remote desktop. So if you tell me what you want me to put, I'm guessing just X.
Yeah, so
Um,
4x plus 5y plus 10z.
no, it's still doing it for me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's because I had caps lock on.
Oh,
Right. Let's try it. Do you want to just try it? Oh, hang on a sec. Got to continue the screen share. Right. Let's try it once again because I think now I've turned caps lock off, it might work. So if you press,
yeah, that's fine.
yeah, you got Z in.
It's probably just it doesn't
Um,
recognize the capital version of the symbols. Um, oh, that's
well, I think the capitals are your shortcuts for other things. That's the problem.
Z.
You have to remember.
So, right, so what would that be equal left to? So, for the labor, all right, so it's less than 120. Oh, yeah.
Anything else?
Materials, right, so that's 30. It doesn't like that pound symbol. Uh,
Yes, no, I'll just keep it as numbers, I think.
1,000. Right, so is that just all those values are greater than 0?
um,
Thing,
well,
because you can't have a negative value for the amount of labor. You can't have a negative. Um, I think that'd just be it. It would be all of those values x, y, and z have to be greater than 0 because you can't have a negative value for any of those.
um, I see why. I see that you can't have a negative value. That's certainly true. I think are you using O rather than zero there? What are you actually
All
typing?
right, yeah,
That's better.
yeah.
Um, could you have zero single beds, for example?
Yes, you could. So it'd be greater than or equal to 0 for some of them.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So x, y, and z are for the number of beds. So you can't have a
Hmm.
neg. Oh, so it's not the labor or materials; it's the actual items. So it would
Yeah,
be.
that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Is there? I don't think there's a symbol for.
If you if you use Shift G,
Ah,
there you go.
uh,
Again, we've got an O rather than zero. That's it.
right. And so then V would equal uh, the cost of each item times X. So it would be. I think that'd be fine. Uh, yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
fine.
Almost. You missed a little bit. One mark I think missing there. Well, I don't think it would actually actually be a mark in its own on a paper. But can you see what's missing? It's just
Um,
sort of a single line.
mm, not sure. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't have anything else it wants me to put in.
Yeah, no,
Is it
it's
that
not a gap.
V?
I think it's probably just that. Yeah. Um, yeah, we've got
Oh, right, right,
oh well,
right,
yeah,
right.
that's all it was. I think. Yeah. So do remember the greater than or equal to because
Yeah,
it is parts of it. You don't want to accidentally rule out not using some of them
yeah.
because it is a valid option.
Mm. I think also those things also because I find I tend to lose marks more on uh, those little niggly bits that aren't
Mm.
integral to the whole question, but they're things
Yeah.
that they want you to put in that are easy to forget.
Yeah.
But I think that's something
Yeah.
I'll probably just get from practice.
Yeah. And this is all part of that, I
So this
suppose.
is yeah. So this is the same thing again. So it's
Oh dear. Yeah.
okay. So it wants me to do this again. So time. Oh, so that would be 5x plus 2y. Um, hmm. For 3 hours, and then all right. So it's 3 times 60, I'd suppose, if it's in minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So 3 times 6, so 180. Um, then minutes on B. So that's 4x plus 6y. Which is 5 times 60. So that's hmm. And that'd be greater than or equal to.
Good. I remember.
Yeah, and then maximize V would be so it'd be 12x plus 17y, I think.
Yeah, assuming they want pence, which I think is reasonable enough assumption.
Yeah, yeah, because
It doesn't say what unit.
no,
Yeah, yeah,
that
no, it does actually say
oh
VP, doesn't
yeah,
it? So,
it probably wouldn't want
presumably.
yeah, putting it in pounds would be a bit
Mm.
pointless anyway. So
Okay.
that's okay, so that's fine. So formulating is fine.
Good. Well done. Just going to take a look what's on this. I think it's likely to be the same. They tend to be. If there's anything worth looking at before we move on. No, very much same kinds of things. Okay, so I'm getting you ready for looking at the graphical solution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need this one anymore. I think this is where we come back to the bus problem. So aims here, we want to be able to draw. I'm going to explain what it means again, but basically where we can have options within it, so that's the feasible region, and then recognize that the objective function, like we've used a couple of, produces a bunch of parallel lines, one of which is going to be the optimal, or going to have the optimal solution on it. and then we're going to use a method to find that maximum or minimum that we want. So basically the line which has it on and where the point is in the feasible region for that. Hopefully you remember enough of this that still kind of makes
I remember,
sense
for example, like
vaguely.
you'd have a thing where you'd have a line which had a special name, and I think it was the objective line, and then the first point at which it
Mm.
touches the feasible region or something like that is then your optimal, and then
Yeah.
this it like varies depending on whether you're minimizing or maximizing it where it touches and stuff like that, something along
Yeah,
those lines.
yeah, it's yeah, depending whether
Yeah,
you're sort of
yeah.
coming from the top
The
or the
main
bottom.
thing I found with these questions that I always found difficult was telling which way the lines were supposed to go depending on whether you minimize, like how it changes if you're minimizing or maximizing, and how that it all sort of pans out when you graph it.
Yeah, so
Uh,
this should come back to that then within this section.
okay, so one, I guess.
Hmm. So this is our familiar problem again.
It's got that thing at the top. I think it needs you to push continue at the top left.
Yeah,
No.
so it is.
Uh,
And this is what we written as
yeah.
constraints.
So that's all fine. Um, I'll just jot that down quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to make a note of where we're up to on this.
Right, so it says there are only two decision variables. So would that mean if you have a z, you need to eliminate z to graph it?
Um, um, I imagine if you could eliminate Z, that would work. I think it's more that it's only really feasible to do it for two constraints. Sorry, not two constraints, two variables. Um, you could do sort of a three variable one on a 3D graph, but then that's not something you can actually draw
No,
yourself. Um,
no. I think I vaguely remember some of the questions would have you. They'd give you a z value, and then you'd have some kind of simultaneous equation or something like that, and that would help you. That would allow you to eliminate z.
yeah,
I think.
yeah, that would work. Yeah,
Um,
no, that's feasible.
so right. Yeah, so I remember doing that. Um, right. So for x equals 0, y equal 192/48. Uh, I'll just let the I'll just let it draw that. So yeah, so it'd cut at 12 and 4. So you'd have that. So you'd have that line, and that's pretty easy to plot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just let
And I
it.
think maybe the fact that it has to be solid might be one of those little niggly things that you mentioned to
So,
remember.
that it has to be solid.
Mm.
Well, how do
For
you mean?
for a less than or equal to, so the fact that we're including the
Oh,
line on our options means that you want to draw a solid line rather than a dotted line for just a plain inequality like less than or greater than
oh,
um,
right.
that dotted line.
Oh, so
Just
okay.
to,
So if you did have, if it wasn't equal to, it would be a dotted line. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so use a test point. So would that mean you put in, say, 6y, y equals 6, x equals 0, put that into the equation, see how it comes out?
Um,
Because that's above. So if you put that in and then it didn't work, that would be the other side of the line you'd shade. And then if it did work, that would be
yeah,
that side, right?
that's
So
what they mean.
yeah, so y equal, so x equals 0, so y equal 192 over 48. I'm not quite sure what that would be 4, yeah, so 4. Oh yeah, because that's what the y value. Well, no, that's and then what? No, I just confused myself. Hang on, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be if x is 0, y would equal 4, and if y equal no, so it's 48 times 6, which equals. I should probably have a calculator.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right, so 48 times 6, probably bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can
So,
make
but
it
it is.
easy on yourself here by picking something like 0, 0. So when x is 0 and y is 0, this is all 0.
Oh,
That's
yeah, good
not
point.
192, so we want the other side.
Good point. Yeah. So that would be, yeah. So it would be that side.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, like it says.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you shade the wrong side, right?
Yeah, to sort of rule it out.
So 2x plus 3y is, so I'll just see if I can work that out. So for that line, when y equals 0, x equal 9, and then when x equals 0, y equals, or less than or equal to, I should say, 6. Yeah. Um, right, so you put a test point into that. So you just do the 0, 0 thing again, and in that case it would come out right because it would be less than. So you'd get that. So you get that as your feasible region.
Well, we're starting to narrow it down. We're almost there as
Would you
an
need
actual
another?
region.
Would you need another line going that way?
Well, you're kind of already, I think, using a line, a third line, are you?
You mean the y-axis?
Yeah, and we're about to formalize that now.
Yeah. So, um, right. Yeah. Does that make sense? So that's, I guess, also why it's kind of important to put in the negativity thing because it does come in as a
Yeah,
graph as well.
yeah, that's right. That's why we need it.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's yeah. So that makes sense. So any point in the feasible region is feasible.
hmm
Okay. So um, right. So it wants the points for those two inequalities. So also it wants two different points. So if x is okay, so if x is 0, y equal 8. Y is 0. X equal 8.
Yeah, it makes it easy again for yourself, which is fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, oh, did it not like that? It's got those little crosses there.
I wondered if you'd think that. No, that's fine. Those aren't actually crosses. They are markers to put on the graph.
All right. Oh, because you can do what you want with it. So y equal 8. Is that right? Then right. So is this for one line?
Yes, so this is for your initial constraint. We treat it as an equality first, and then we decide which side of that line we want to actually use.
Okay. So y is 8. So x must be 0. Hmm? Am I plotting that right?
Why the origin?
No, I'm not sure. Because the y is 8, and then if y is equal to 8, x must be 0. Is x is 0 at the origin, isn't it?
Um,
But that doesn't. You wouldn't be able to plot a line for
X is 0 at the origin, but is that the only place it's 0?
that. I'm not sure. I think this should probably be obvious, but I don't.
Yeah, I think you're just having a bit of a mind block here. So if I pick this point here with the mouse, what's the value of X there,
Where the mouse is.
where the mouse is now?
Um, is it is it above x equal 5? Uh,
Can you see the mouse pointer on the screen?
I can see it. Move it now because I'm not sure if it's moving on my screen as you
So
move it.
I'm
No, I
trying to
don't. I
sort of
don't
keep
see it
it.
moving it. No, it's not
Okay,
moving at all.
not at all.
No,
And let me just change its position quite dramatically. Can you see it differently now?
no, same place.
All right. Okay. Um, that doesn't seem to translate across
Yeah.
this
So,
then.
but x is
Okay.
also
Let's.
0. Yeah, x is 0 at the origin. So
That the origin is
yeah,
just
because
a.
x isn't just 0 at. It's
Go
not. It's not 0 at the origin. It's also 0 up and down the y-axis as well.
on.
So it would be at y equal. Yeah. So right. So at that point, right, because those are 2 points. So those are right. So y equal 8, x equals 0 at that point. Then x equals 0, y equal 8. So it would be there. Yeah, so that's fine. And then plot that at the origin. So x plus y, 0 plus 0 does not equal 8. So that would equal 0. So, right, so it would have to be on the other side. So that would be the wrong side. And is that all of 3?
Yeah, seems
Yeah, I
so.
think so. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, is this no, I don't think that's quite it, is it? I
Was
think
it
we
not?
may have missed. Let's see if we can just run through that quick again. It may, I think, just have been loading.
It is.
Um,
Oh.
it looked like it just popped something up there at the end. Let's fill this in real quick. Um, did you do that already? Yeah, I must have done because you. So 0 was less than 8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now the problem I think is that why would that be the wrong side?
X and Y is equal to 8, so if you have a point where X and Y is not equal to 8, I would think that would be the wrong side because you're not getting the correct solution to that
So
problem.
what if we used 10 0? Would x plus y be equal to 8 then?
No, so you get 10 instead, so that would be wrong as well. Um,
Hmm.
so if hmm, well, so I suppose that side would have to be wrong as well. But why isn't the side where the origin is on wrong? Because if you put the
Um,
origin in, that's
well, it's because the constraint
or do you have to pick
isn't
a
quality.
right?
You see what I mean by that?
Um, so are you then
I think you might have just cut out there. You said, do you use something in particular?
sorry?
Hmm. I think I missed that. I don't think it came through. I think you were about to ask, do you use something?
Oh, oh, okay. I think I probably cut out then.
Yeah.
So well, so it's not an inequality, but
What is
well,
not?
if it's just a line, then it's not an inequality. It's just a normal equals. Does that limit where you can put the test point then, or it doesn't have to be?
I think you're missing my
I'm
point
not,
here. The constraint is not simply an equality, an equation. It is an inequality. Do you see what I mean by that? I don't know if you
oh,
can
so
see where I'm
is it?
pointing here.
I think no, no, right, because I could only see where you point the mouse. I thought you meant the x plus y equal 8, but it would be the x plus y is less than or equal to 8.
That's the constraint
Is
that
that
we're
right?
actually trying to represent.
Right,
Yes.
yeah. So in that case, then the origin would be correct because 0 plus 0 that is fine. So it would be that side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was just looking at the
Yeah.
wrong line.
Correct.
Right. So then 2x plus y when x equals 0, y equals 6, y equals 0, x equals 3. So x equal doesn't seem to like that.
It didn't, or it did.
No, it doesn't seem to like my coordinates. I'll try the other one.
Um, you mean where you put them, or the values that you put in the table?
Hang on, just one second. We'll just try this.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's fine. I think it wanted me to do one of the coordinates before it did the other one.
Yeah, I think
So,
it puts them underneath the relevant one for you. So you have to do that. That's what it's sort of programmed to accept, I
okay,
think.
right, okay. So then 0, so it's equal to 0. But so the wrong side would be that side because 0 plus 0 is not greater than 6. So that's right. Then, yeah, so then you put in those negativities. And is that the whole thing?
Um,
Yes.
Well, the non-negativities, yeah, we've still got to put in the that one.
Yeah, so that's fine. So then in the feasible region, any point within there satisfies it. So that's
Oh,
fine.
sorry. Reminder for next lesson.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so that's an example. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
And that's
another.
just proving that then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So is that all of three, I think?
Yeah. So I think that may be a good point to actually. Yeah.
Leave
No,
it.
we've got a few minutes. No, if you want to have a go at this, we started maybe a few minutes late, so we can
Okay.
finish that. I've got somebody coming back.
Okay, so I'll just do this little bit and then you can call it
Yeah.
that.
That's fine.
Okay. So find the feasible reason for that. So plot pair of points for that. So when x equal 0, y equal 9. When y equal 0, x equal 9.
I have to click continue again.
Then for that, when x equal 0, y equal 3. Y equal 0, x equal 9. So then for that first inequality, for 0, that is correct. Is it?
So here it wants you to do it all in one go. It wants you to decide what the feasible region is and just go for that.
So for x plus y, if 0 is correct, so it would be that side. And then for that one, for 0, 0, it would be wrong because that's not greater than 9. Oh, so it just... Oh, right, I see. Right. Okay.
You see how that works?
Yeah, because it wanted me to pick the feasible region, not just shade the outside. Is that the
Yeah,
whole bit of 4?
I think so. It's a bit tricky because they don't sort of um,
No.
confirm, but I think, yeah, that's all of 4. I'll mark that we're up to that.
Okay.
Yeah. You can take an initial look at 5 if you like.
Okay. Just have a look at it and then... Yeah, so then that's finding the optimal solution. And, right. Okay, do you want to call it there then? Because that's been about an hour.
Yeah, if you that's fair enough. That seems good to me. Let me
Okay, so I just
get
need
ready for
to
my next
I
session.
just need to talk to Mum and just decide if I want to do more sessions in the future. But I'll let you know in like a couple of days before like this weekend if I want to
Yeah.
do more. Yep.
Okay, that sounds fine. Yeah.
Okay, right, that's fine then. So won't keep you any longer.
Okay. Yeah. It was good to sort of meet you virtually and hopefully see you again.
Right. Okay. Thank you for the lesson. Bye bye.
Bye.
Right.